Following the press briefing of Mr. Peter Obi, where he knocks Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, exposing the rising corruption, mismanagement, poverty, hardship, and an escalating debt profile under the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu since assuming office 18 months ago. The All Progressive Congress (APC) has criticized Mr. Peter Obi. They are accusing the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general election of inciting Nigerians against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. A statement signed by the APC national spokesperson Felix Morka dismissed Mr. Peter Obi's remarks, claiming he left no significant achievement during his 8-year tenure as governor of Anambra State. Mr. Felix Morka went ahead to accuse Mr. Peter Obi of making relentless attempt to incite public outrage against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. The statement reads in quotes, "Like his co-travelers in the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Obi's obsessive pessimism and endless but futile effort to incite public outrage against the administration is born out of their realization that President Tinubu is unwittingly cementing their ultimate political irrelevance by his visionary and full-throttle reform and transformation of the fundamental pillars of our national life," Mr. Morka said. He added, Obi's New Year message, in which he claimed that the political, economic and security situation of our dear country is worsening daily, is misleading and appears intended to score cheap political points. This claim, at a time when all indicators show that our country is rebounding in a significant measures across all sectors, casts Obi squarely as Nigerians' leading doomsayer. Despite these and other initial beneficial outcomes of ongoing unprecedented reforms, the administration is doubling its effort to ensure that the reforms deliver their fullest benefit for the substantial growth and transformation of our country. It is a thing of irony that Peter Obi, who now arrogates to himself the role of being omniscient and a philosopher's stone when it comes to our nation's challenges, left no record of significant achievement, let alone transformation of any kind, in his 8-year tenure as a governor of Anambra State. Unquote. Before we go further, let me correct the impression that Mr. Peter Obi did not leave any significant achievement as governor of Anambra State, because it's obvious that Felix Morka, the spokesperson of the All Progressive Congress, is trying to spray propaganda and spin the narrative. With statistics and data available, Obi emerged as the best governor during his time. Not even Bola Ahmed Tinubu or all the governors in Lagos State put together could match Peter Obi's achievement as governor of Anambra State. In that his press briefing, Mr. Peter Obi gave Bola Ahmed Tinubu 12 economic suggestions, and those 12 economic suggestions he gave to Bola Ahmed Tinubu was what he was doing as a governor in Anambra State. Like I said, I need to refresh the mind of Felix Morka regarding what Peter Obi did as governor in Anambra State. One of the things he did as governor in Anambra State is fiscal responsibility and economic reforms. When Peter Obi left office, he left Anambra State with no debt and substantial financial savings. He handed over 75 billion in cash reserve and investment to his successor. I doubt if there is any governor in Nigeria that has done what Mr. Peter Obi did as a governor in Anambra State, barring Yaradua, may he so rest in peace. While other governors are leaving their state in huge debt, Mr. Peter Obi came in, cleared off all the debt he met on ground, and left 75 billion naira in cash in the state's coffers. And of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not known for this. One of the other fiscal responsibility of Mr. Peter Obi administration is his budget discipline. Mr. Peter Obi implemented a culture of fiscal prudence. Mr. Peter Obi ensured that funds were allocated for critical needs without wastage. All the ministry in Anambra State received their budget and it was well utilized. Another area where Mr. Peter Obi outperformed all his contemporaries was in the area of educational reform in Anambra State. Mr. Peter Obi came in as a governor, met a dilapidated educational sector in Anambra State. He returned schools back to the missionaries, constructed over 500 new school blocks and equipped classrooms with modern facilities. Under his administration, Anambra State moved to the first position in WAEC and NECO ranking after being 27th in Nigeria. Another area where he outperformed all his contemporaries is in the area of health sector. Mr. Peter Obi built and upgraded hospitals and health centers across the state. Mr. Peter Obi also embarked on infrastructural development in Anambra State. He constructed and rehabilitated over 800 kilometers of road, including rural and urban areas, improving connectivity within the state. Built strategic bridges to enhance transportation and reduce travel time in remote areas. During Mr. Peter Obi's time, Anambra State was rated as having the best road network in Nigeria. Another area is in terms of security. Mr. Peter Obi equipped the police and other security agencies with vehicles, communication gadgets, and infrastructure. He significantly reduced crime rate in the state. Anambra State was rated the safest state in Nigeria during Mr. Peter Obi's tenure as governor in Anambra State. There are many other aspects of Mr. Peter Obi's achievement as governor in Anambra State. Is it in terms of agricultural development, in terms of governance and institutional reforms, in terms of the youth and women empowerment, in terms of environmental sustainability, in terms of national recognition. As a governor, Anambra State was well recognized to the point that Anambra State was recognized as the only state in Nigeria to meet the Millennium Development Goal. Not even Nigeria herself met that goals. Peter Obi even won Bill Gates Award for his fight against polio and malaria. Of course, Felix Morka and APC, they all thought that Nigerians have short-term memory because Nigerians voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He needs to be reminded that Mr. Peter Obi is shoulder high above every other politician in this country. Back to the accusation that Mr. Peter Obi is inciting Nigerians against the president. Mr. Peter Obi don't need to incite anyone against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself is inciting Nigerians against his government due to his bad policies. Everything that Mr. Peter Obi outlined about the president is what is happening in the country today. Mr. Felix Morka can whitewash the president. Of course, he's the spokesperson of APC. He rather speak good than evil against the government. But Nigerians on the street, they know and understand the reality of things. They know the price of commodities in the market. They know the insecurity in the land. They know the level of inflation they are going through. When Nigerians took to the street on the 1st of August 2024 to protest against the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. Peter Obi was not the one that told them to go and protest, even though the presidency wanted to accuse Mr. Peter Obi of being the one inciting Nigerians to go out and protest. Nigerians protested because of the reality of what they saw on ground. They gave out demands to the government. Among the demands they gave to the government is economic reform. The economic reform has to do with the reduction in fuel prices. The removal of fuel subsidy by Bola Ahmed Tinubu led to the hike in fuel prices. The hike in fuel price also led to increased transportation and the high cost of living. This made life unbearable and difficult for Nigerians. Another aspect of the economic reform they want the president to address was inflation. They demanded immediate action to tackle the rising cost of food and commodity prices in the market. Inflation rose to 33%. That is what the government wants us to believe. But we all know that inflation has gone up to over 100%. In the midst of inflation and the high fuel price, Nigeria was also experiencing low electricity supply, yet they were paying high price for electricity. The common national anthem under Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime was the collapse of the national grid. The protesters equally asked the government to reduce the cost of governance. The cost of governance under Bola Ahmed Tinubu tripled. Nigerians were experiencing wastage under the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yet he was asking Nigerians to endure the hardship that he inflicted on them. Buying a 160 million SUV for each of the National Assembly members, using 21 billion to renovate the residence of the Vice President, budgeting 5 billion naira for the office of the First Lady, wasting billions of naira traveling overseas in pursuit of endless foreign investors. The lists are endless. Nigerians were suffering while politicians in the corridors of powers were living fat and enjoying. Protesters equally call for accountability and transparency because that was missing in Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Till date, the proceeds from the fuel subsidy is not known. No one knows how much has been recovered so far. No one knows where the money has gone to. Everything is done in obscurity. There was lack of social welfare. The protesters equally asked for the increase in the minimum wage. The minimum wage that has been approved is yet to be implemented across all the states. Insecurity was the order of the day. Under Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, was laid siege by criminal elements, robbing and kidnapping residents in Abuja. All this and more happened because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in power. Mr. Peter Obi is not the president. Nigerians went on the street because of the hardship that Bola Ahmed Tinubu inflicted on them, not Mr. Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi did not ask them to go and protest. Mr. Peter Obi did not incite them against the president. The president incited himself against Nigerians due to his bad policies. Rather than releasing statements and accusing Mr. Peter Obi of inciting Nigerians against the president, they should advise the president to do what he is in office to do. Nobody forced him to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria comes with huge responsibility, which includes safeguarding the citizens, providing for the citizens, making life better and safer for Nigerians. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not done any of this. He has made life worse for Nigerians ever since he took over office 18 months ago. Nigerians don't need to beg him to live up to the expectation of the president. It is his duty, and he is duty bound to perform. If he fails to perform, Peter Obi and others will call him out because he is not the owner of Nigeria. We have opposition in this country, and the opposition, they will keep being at his neck until he do the right thing. If he knows he cannot perform, if he knows he cannot do the right thing, he should do the needful, resign, and allow others that are willing to do the work to make Nigeria better for everyone to go in there and do the work. Governance is not a rocket science. Leadership is not a rocket science. They should stop making it to seem as if the office of the president is one Herculean task. It is not. We know. They are just being incompetent. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.